against the Brewers in Milwaukee. And, you know, he wore number 13 for the Orioles, and number 13 right now is currently being held by Mr. Max Muncy, the rookie. So, you know, naturally you would think that when he comes over, he'd punk Max Muncy and tell him, like, hey, give me my jersey. No, he did not even approach Max Muncy. Instead, because he's coming to LA, he decided to wear the number 8 in honor of his favorite NBA player, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Bean?
That's his nickname, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant. And he's a huge Kobe fan. So him coming to LA, he's super excited to be here. You know, he wants to win here, and maybe he'll re-sign with us. But, you know, it's a huge thing. He actually made his debut yesterday. He had 2 walks and 2 hits.
Okay.
So
they're not bad.
Yeah, so far he's holding up to it. I mean, what do you guys think? World Series? Dodgers fans in here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be disappointed if it didn't go down that way.
I mean,
this year, the way the moves that I hear that they're making, I understand that they're supposed to be good.
Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to go in a win-all mentality, especially with Kershaw possibly being a free agent next year. It may be our last chance, you know. And I mean, you know, we're really the only relevant team here in Los Angeles, right? There's no other team. Oh wait, there's the Angels.
Hey, they're not an LA team; they're an Anaheim.
They're
That's
the Anaheim
right.
Angels
Anaheim
of Los
Angels.
or the Los Angeles Angels of
Anaheim.
Anaheim Angels. That's the
They're
way it
Anaheim
should have been.
Angels.
What about the California Angels? That was back way back when.
Yeah, I would have accepted that as well. And we've got the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, so I mean, hopefully, sky's the limit. The Dodgers may acquire a reliever, and that may push us over the edge. So I mean, we'll see. So in some NFL news, actually, so there was a lot of I talked about this recently on the last podcast about the national anthem protest policy that was just passed by the NFL, and the Dolphins enacted it almost by having terms saying that if you do any of their team does it the first time, it's going to be a fine. Second time would be automatic 4-game suspension.
All right.
So there was huge backlash. A lot of players even saying, you know what, we're still gonna protest because it's what we believe in. And now the NFL is starting to backtrack because they're realizing, shit, they actually may still protest. We may be out of a lot of players.
Oh, wow.
So they said, you know what, it's not concrete. We're going back to the drawing table and we're going to relook at the policy.
Okay.
So
what did they come up with?
they're still relooking at it, but a very famous individual, mind you, recently had some words to say about this.
All right.
Everyone may know him as the ass puppet of Mr. Vladimir Putin, our own president, Mr. Donald Trump.
Okay, number 45.
Number 45. That's all I'm going to refer to as here. Number 45 said, the NFL anthem debate is alive and well again. Can't believe it. Isn't it in contract that players must stand at attention, at hand in heart? The $40 million commissioner must make a stand. First time kneeling out for a game, second time kneeling out for the season. No pay. So
yeah, he's an asshat.
He's an asshat. And one of the players, Mr. Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, wide receiver, he responded in kind on Twitter. You mad that the USFL didn't work out?
Oh.
So I say
shots fired.
Shots fired, sir. Shots fired. Like, what do you guys what do you guys think about this? This shouldn't be news, right?
It's dumb. It's a distraction if you ask me. I mean, there's probably something else worth knowing about.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
whatever.
In my opinion, I think this is kind of putting a stain on the NFL.
It has been, yeah. I agree.
And I think it's slowly gonna kind of lower the NFL's popularity in the US, and shit, we may even see NBA becoming the prominent sports league.
In my opinion, I think the NBA is a lot more exciting. I mean, there's always something going on. I mean, if there's a whistle, it's because somebody actually, fucking fouled somebody. And it's usually more legitimate than anything else. It's a high-scoring game.
And the violence on the NBA games sometimes is even better. Like the whole Malice at the Palace, Meta World Peace, beating the shit out of Ben Wallace.
Right,
I mean, you get some crazy-ass shit like that, I mean, so I think this has got to stop. Guys, just enjoy the goddamn sport. Right. These guys want to use a platform.
Yeah.
Enjoy the sport.
It's a fucking sport.
Yeah, I mean,
let's play some games.
Exactly.
That's it.
Play ball.
There's no reason politics should be involved.
Exactly. Leave politics to the politicians. Let's just enjoy our goddamn sports.
If I had no politics on the show.
Oh, wait. Hey, hang on. Who's Pikachu fighting right now?
Actually, I just started a new game. Last time I started one that didn't save the file quite right. And this time, I'm starting all over. Oak is just catching this Pikachu for me, and we're about to go back, and I'm going to go face my rival.
And if I'm not mistaken, last time you said that you evolve your Pikachu. In
I always evolve my Pikachu.
You are a son of a bitch.
Hey, man, Raichu is just way more badass.
But it's Pikachu, man.
It is.
Why don't you just trade somebody for a Pikachu and then
No, that's shocking.
Because
he's
going to be a lot. He's going to be a lot happier. In the
Yeah, he'll ride the lightning.
Ride the lightning. All right.
So sports,
That's it for sports for me, guys.
Right on, man. Thanks. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, but I like you.
Well, as requested, Nelson, we don't do this on every show, but Nelson's just like, you guys were doing the joint report. I want me some joint report. So you know what, Nelson? We're gonna give you the joint report.
Are you on weed? Give me some. I'll smoke you two under the table.
All right.
Boochies.
Well, it's been about 6 months since recreational marijuana use has been legalized in the good old state of California, but there's been a few setbacks, and I'm getting this information from the San Diego Union Tribune, and the first thing that pissed me off about this, and honestly the only thing that pissed me off about this article, is that the writer of this article said, anger, frustration, marks 6-month anniversary of recreational marijuana sales in California. You can't have an anniversary if it's been less than a year.
Yeah,
it's not it's maybe a month anniversary. What would you say?
That's like in high school when you were dating a chick for just a few weeks.
It's our 1 week anniversary.
I was going to say that.
We're all on the anniversary means 1 year. I mean,
yeah.
So this guy's. I already don't like this guy.
That's like half Christmas. That's like saying there's a half Christmas.
Happy half Christmas.
God damn it,
that
man.
guy.
Meaning you're celebrating.
We'll talk about a buzzkill.
July.
Right?
Yeah.
No kidding. So
So California marked the 6-month anniversary of recreational marijuana sales on earlier this month, with consumers and cannabis industry complaining about everything from the steep prices to high taxes to a scarcity of licensed pot shops, which is very, very true. I mean, with the measure that went through or the proposition that went through, I mean, California said, yes, let's have this, but I mean, it still left discretion to some of the counties or some of the cities to block it.
Yeah,
to block their cock.
Yeah, and to add on that point, we were actually victims of said circumstance. We had a shop that we would go to in LA. It was called Cannibal City Collective, and they were medical only, and they could not become recreational because the city of Los Angeles only allowed, I believe, like 30 permits to be distributed.
No, God!
I know, Michael. I know.
No, God, please, no! No!
I know. I'm sorry, man. Okay, Michael. Jesus, Michael.
Michael, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, Michael, you got to get the fuck on out of here.
Bears, beats,
but like they could, like there's over 100 collectives and shops in LA. So for them to only make 30 permits available. Like that, I mean, that's
like you gotta. It's gonna be a journey to fucking get to your local weed guy.
I know for
shop
us out here in West Covina, it's a mission to get anything out here. So yeah, that sucks.
They're missing out on a great opportunity to make a lot of money.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Everybody's
right
being
around,
such a prude.
Not too far from here.
There's a couple. There's a couple around here from the stumpy little office.
House of 100 Harmonies, the church.
They're a church. Yeah, and they got raided this week, guys.
Yes, they did.
They got raided. They shut it down. I believe Wednesday, Thursday, and they fucked their shit up.
For part of the day on Friday as well.
That makes sense when I didn't see no security parked in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Weird.
They had to change some stuff up because they were kind of getting a little too lenient with their policy, just leaving the door wide open, letting people walk in.
Yeah, and that's what sucks about when you don't have proper management or proper security. A lot of things can get lazy. A lot of things can kind of slip through the cracks, and you don't want that to happen when you got an entire business on the line and, dare I say, a community service.
Exactly. I mean, they're serving the community.
Well, these licenses, although there's some things that they have to be compliant with, and although they've known about the deadline for some of these compliance measures, many marijuana companies have been slow to submit their products to labs to see if they meet state-imposed quality standards that went into effect on July 1st.
Getting high on their own supplies.
Yeah. So industry officials say that it's creating a bottleneck that could lead to spot shortages of cannabis, particularly in San Diego, where consumer demand is expected to soar during the summer tourist season, specifically during the ComiCon. Yeah, alone, which will draw at least 135,000 visitors in July. Like they're currently out there right now, trying to just get a little happy.
And to add on that point, about the shortage of marijuana. Like recently, the state just cracked down on saying that a lot of dispensaries, a lot of producers had to get rid of their crops because they
didn't meet inspection.
Yeah, they didn't meet inspection, so they wanted them to sell it all right away and create a new crop. So, there was a huge sale, every dispensary all over, California, where, you would get, 8 grams of weed normally would sell for $60. You get it for, $20. So, yeah.
And the shortage would represent an inconvenience for consumers. Yeah. It could be an extinction event for companies whose products don't turn out to be compliant. And this was said by Pamela Epstein, Chief Executive Officer of Green Wise Consulting, a Los Angeles-based firm that serves the cannabis industry. Oh, wow. So they might not have enough money to recover from this, when they have to just kind of let go of what they just produced. So it's getting a little weird. I mean, I figured there would be it would be a bumpy road. To kind of getting what we want.
I think we all kind of had a feeling it was going to happen like that.
Specifically with stoners.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Don't get high on your own supply, guys. Come on now.
Hey, kids, want to get high?
Shut up, Tally.
So that's all I got for the joint report. I thought that was worth noting because. I think the utopia here is, I've been hearing it my whole life. Why? I've been thinking it my whole life. Why is weed illegal? It's not bad for you necessarily. I mean, it's bad if you let it be bad for you, in the sense of you're not showing up to work or you're just kind of fucking up on your grades at school and that kind of thing. So, as a responsible adult, I like to think that it doesn't affect the way I work or study or be a good human being, a good citizen.
No, it's just about being responsible. And
don't let it affect your shit.
Don't let it rule your world, people.
Totally. So that's all I got, guys.
Smoke weed every day.
And will do, Nate Dogg, will do.
And so we got some music highlights, everybody. All right. Well, Nelson, you told me earlier today that you wanted to highlight a specific track by a band called Graveshadow. Why don't you tell us about that?
So Graveshadow is a symphonic metal band. They are a local band out of Sacramento, California. This is their second album called Ambition's Price. It is out now on M Theory Audio Records. And this track that he's going to play for you is called Call of the Frostwolves 3 War Chief.
So this is supposed to be like a sequel. Have there been other Call of?
On the album, there's Call of the Frostwolves. 1 is Slave, 2 is Liberator, and then 3 is War Chief.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
so they're very symphonic. It's pretty cool. I think you guys.
Well, let's check it out. Let's see what we got here.
All right.